Our first guest tonight is a talented actor and host you know from his work on shows such as Brooklyn Nine-Nine and America's Got Talent. He hosts America's Got Talent All-Stars, which airs Monday night at 8 here on NBC. Let's take a look.
People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never share.
Please welcome back to the show our friend Terry Crews, everybody! To say, Terry, I think you owed us that entrance.
I did.
Because it seemed very unfair that the clip we used to introduce you was someone else being incredible, and all we watch you do is go.
Let's go, yeah. No, I love that show. I love AGT, man.
Yeah, man.
I love being the host. First of all, I study success. I study what it's about because, I failed a lot. So I study, like, what works. And when I watch these guys just come in here and do these miracles every day, and I realize, because people think it's about competition, but these guys never look at the competition. All they do is worry about themselves. And when you see it, somebody like Tom Ball, we gave him, like, this giant, like, all of us gave him a golden buzzer. He wasn't worried about anything else but what he was doing. And I realized that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever failed, you were looking at the side and you're looking at other people and you're seeing what everybody else is doing. But when it works, you just work on yourself. And that's what I love about this whole thing.
And now, explain real quick the All-Stars spinoff of the show here. These are people from previous seasons. These are across the world.
Exactly. The past winners and the most memorable acts. And this is what's so wonderful. It's voted on by the superfans. And the superfans are like, from people from every different state in all 50 states who vote on AGT. So this is the great thing is that the judges don't matter. Whatever Simon says, whatever Howie says, whatever Heidi says, it's just their opinion, but it does not go into
I want to live in a world where nothing Simon says matters.
I know. Believe me, that's why I'm glad I host. I don't ever judge. I'm just like, I'm always there. I'm there for the act.
But you do get a golden buzzer, and this is your chance to put someone through, and you used it recently. Explain who you used it for and that moment where you decided, I'm going to hit this thing.
I gave the Detroit Youth Choir their second golden buzzer from me because these kids, we come from similar circumstances. I mean, I'm from Flint, Michigan. These guys are from Detroit. They've seen so many obstacles in their life. And the thing is just like I said before, they never worried about their circumstances. They just worked on themselves. And these kids have made a miracle. What's so wonderful, the first time they got the golden buzzer, they did not win the show, but they got $1 million from the city of Detroit.
Wow, there you go.
And I mean, it was fantastic. So, this golden buzzer thing has real power to change people's lives. And so on All-Stars, I gave them another golden buzzer.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give y'all another one. You know what I mean?
You talked, I want to talk about your upbringing real quick in your new book, but you also, I know you grew up in Flint, Michigan, and you took your first sort of winter vacation with your family. You had never really done the winter vacation.
I've never done it, because first of all, growing up broke, you're like, cold. Why y'all go to the cold? What is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to sit in my basement and wait for summer, like for 3 months.
Yeah.
I'd watch all of Gilligan's Island, then I get out and I was like, oh man, it's summer, But one thing I realized, I was like, oh man, this is what they're talking about, like s'mores and tubing and like, you know what I mean? White people money. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? That's what they mean.
Was it so exciting to know you were making s'mores money?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I know you've excelled at a lot of sports in your life, but safe to say it's a little too late to take up skiing?
It's very too late.
Yeah,
yes,
okay, got it.
Yes, no, I'm not about to break anything.
Yeah, that's I don't blame you for that. Now, I've always been impressed with the fact that you are also an accomplished author, and this is a book for adolescents. And the name, I feel like it's crazy to me you hadn't already used the name about this group of kids. It's Terry's Crew.
Yeah.
I mean, that one, have you had that one in your back pocket for a while?
A long time.
Yeah, there you go.
A long time. You know, you try to work out all these things that have meaning in your life, but this is the thing for me. The reason, one thing that I survived and made it through is because of the people who were in my life. This book is based on real people who blessed me. I actually dedicated this to my art teacher who actually filled out all these applications for me when I didn't even believe in myself. And he got me 2 different scholarships. And it's one of those things where, yes, you realize that no man is an island. Like the whole self-made man is a myth. It's really about who believes in you, who's with you, and who in the right circle that you're in that'll allow you to do anything you want to do.
And you came from a tough neighborhood, and it wasn't just teachers. It was sometimes maybe people who, from the outside, would be seen as maybe the rougher element of the neighborhood that looked out for you as well.
Listen, I had to avoid, crack dealers, gang members, the whole thing. I had to dumb myself down just to get into school. I was like, yeah, man, I don't know nothing about that stuff. And they're like, yeah, okay, you cool. But then I go back in, I'm like, hey, did you see Star Wars? It's so amazing. I'm like this big nerd, but I had to hide it and the whole thing. And it's wild because when you find people you can be yourself around, no matter what. We were a group of black nerds, and we'd sit around and just talk about all these wonderful things. And it's finally, you realize, man, this is what it's about. It's really about it's not about impressing everybody, but finding that crew that that really believe in you and will take you to the next level.
It does seem like, you're talking about yourself as a nerd, and again, I will just say this is not, in my high school, this would not have been a nerd. You were a man of many, many different skills.
No, what you got to notice is that I hadn't really grown into my hands and ears and feet at that time.
Okay, gotcha.
I finally grew into all this stuff, But I was trying to look cool, I was like, I can palm the basketball, I wasn't very good.
You recently were out and you were recognized by a young fan who took time to do a drawing of you while you were at the restaurant, right?
Yes.
And then this was brought over for you.
It was amazing. This 9-year-old girl, I walked in the restaurant. This is when we were in Utah. It was crazy. I walked in the restaurant. This girl grabbed her crayons and started immediately. She came over nervously with my family, and we're eating and the whole thing. And she showed me this picture, and it blessed me so much. She was like, I'm so sorry, the shoes were supposed to be shinier.
Well, I think she did a great job.
Look at this, it's so cute.
And
I'm framing this. It means so much to me.
And let me just say,
it looks just like me.
It looks just like, and she got the hands right. Those are those big hands that were grabbing the basketballs earlier. So look at that.
Her name is Belle. Hey, Belle, thank you for this beautiful picture.
Well done, Belle. And Terry, it's always such a pleasure to see you, man.
Always.
America's Got Talent All-Stars, Monday nights at 8 here on NBC. We'll be right back with Andrew Dismukes.